Hello, friends. Thanks for tuning in to Tony's Tips this week. Brenda and I are back from West Yellowstone, Montana. We go there every year for President's Day weekend to hang out with her sister and brother in law. They're two of our best friends. And that's the halfway point between them in Lewistown, Montana, and us here in the Meridian, Boise, Idaho area. So, anyway, treacherous roads and winds and snowstorms and all that, but it sure was fun in the condo hanging out and hitting the jacuzzi and pool and all that fun stuff. But anyway, part of the habits of health is taking care of ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically. I mean, there's so many things that we need to incorporate to have a healthy lifestyle. It's not all just about a healthy number on the scale. And so just remember to schedule downtime where you just get away and have downtime and enjoy yourself. And that's what we did last weekend. So back at work, back in action, and got a real exciting habits of health video to share with you from last Wednesday on Valentine's Day from a couple that are colleagues of ours that are good friends, and I know you'll enjoy them. And two of their guests are their two guests on last week's call, which these are every week on Wednesday night, 6:30 Mountain Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. And then, of course, you can just watch the recordings on YouTube by going to Optavia Habits of Health. But I really encourage you to subscribe to these because every week they're only 30 minutes and it's something that's imparting value to you on your health journey. And it's not just about being on program, etc. But their two guests this week from last Wednesday were physicians, and I think you'll gain and glean a lot from hearing them talking about the heart, the physical heart, some of the not so great statistics, as well as the emotional heart that we all battle with. And we all understand that we're doing program or we're pursuing better health because it's been a struggle and we've not always made the best choices and we've not always ended up where we want to be. And so, but the thing that you'll hear me talk about over and over is that this really is a journey. It's not something that you just do one time and go, wow, I got this health thing down. This is an ongoing journey because we have to eat every day the rest of our lives. So anyway, I just want to highly encourage you to click on the other link that came in this text and listen to at your convenience. You can either listen to it, just put your headphones in or something and listen to it, or you can watch it. Either way, the info is invaluable, and I strongly encourage you to try to tap into that every week. Again, 30 minutes about being intentional to take in some things that are going to help you with your health. And when you think about all the bombardments that we get from advertising and just the smells sometimes that we get from food just wafting through the air, and it's like, where is that coming from? I want some. We need to take serious being intentional for our health so that we can win. Because there are so many things that are against us when it comes to the temptations out there and the unhealthy habits that we have and the unhealthy foods that we seem to find ourselves. We were at Sizzler last night in Pocatello with my son and daughter-in-law, and I totally forgot to tell them don't put butter on my steak. And they brought all four steaks to the table, and each of them had melted butter on them. And that's just a thing about being mindful to say, please don't put any butter on my steak, as if there's not enough fat grams in the steak, right? And of course they do those things just to make them yummy so you'll come back and buy it again. And anyway, it really is a battle on all fronts out there, and I want to encourage you to own your own health, to take responsibility for your health, and to do things that are going to help you on your journey. Speaking of the journey, I know some of you watching this right now, you're doing great on program and you're just cruising, you're on cruise control, autopilot. Others, it's just been a battle. And sometimes you have good weeks and sometimes you have bad weeks. Sometimes good days, sometimes bad days. But I want you to lighten up on yourself and not beat yourself up because that's the worst thing you can do. Sometimes program goes great, super. But if not, the last thing you want to do is beat yourself up because all that does is send you into a kind of a negative mindset, negative spiral. I had a coach once upon a time, actually about a year and a half ago, and maybe just a year ago. She's a more like a life coach from the Og Mandino Foundation, stage 4 cancer, and yet she was coaching me up. And one of the things that she said was, if it doesn't serve you well, then don't say it. And she was really encouraging me to not dwell on things that are not great. And she said, you know what, find the best that you can out of the situation and focus and dwell on that and not on the things that don't serve you well. And that's been a huge thing. I'll never forget that. Just loved her name's or love her. Her name's Tammy, and she was just pouring into me in the midst of her taking morphine just to manage her pain. And what a blessing she's been in my life. So anyway, I just want to encourage you to focus on the positive things that you're doing and realizing that this is a journey of creating new habits, that this is a lifelong journey of moving towards better health, and it's not always going to look perfect. And that's why every once in a while I go back on program and go, you know what, I need to tune up. I need to revisit the habits of health, because you don't just get it one time, right? It's an ongoing thing. So if you haven't checked in yet this week, I encourage you to. I also encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube video, that the channel for Optavia Habits of Health. I hope you'll take some time to watch or listen to it. I listened to one driving to West Yellowstone, and I couldn't watch it, but I could listen to it, and I gleaned a bunch of good stuff. So just remember that this is here every week. You can watch live and participate in the chat room, or you can just watch the recordings. And if I haven't heard from you this week, I'd love for you to check in. Those of you that have, thank you. And just remember that I'm here for your support and encouragement, accountability and guidance. And I just love helping people get healthy. But I also understand that it doesn't always go perfectly. So there's never any shame. There's never any judgment. I'm here to support and encourage. And so I encourage you to reach out. Let me know how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you. And let me know if you'd like to chat this week. God bless. Bye, guys.